Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another AFK Arena discussion video. This is going to be the last one for the week. I promise all weekend, all we're going to be doing is smashing through content on the second account and building up enough diamonds for another good summon video. But one thing I really want to discuss, now that I've been stuck on this level, I've clicked retry in the hundreds, 200 to 300 times, maybe more. It would have been probably close to 1,000 if, well, we'll say 500 for sure, if Pokemon Masters hadn't come out, because I was grinding that out. But if not, I probably would have clicked retry another 200 times. There's a good chance. I was really fired up to play games. But we've already discussed the strengths and the weaknesses of my team, and it just keeps coming to a reoccurring issue. Something that I'm really noticing is what we're lacking. Now, we know we have a good amount of healing. We know we have some of the best DPS in the game, but what we're lacking more than anything is that CC, that crowd control, that ability to stop the team from stomping us into the ground. And so what I think will build a much better team than ours. Yeah, let's do a little PvP while I blah blah. Now look at that. That's close to the meta build right there. The only thing is Leica would be instead of Rosaline. That's a build we're going to be discussing next, actually. So we're going to start in-game, and we're going to go to mid-game, and then beginners. Some ideas. Let's go. Let's even do this one time. So I am proposing... No, that's horrible. Let's do 2 times. I'm proposing that we get rid of Belinda. Belinda has been, very strong. She got us where we were. I think she got us through the first 15 chapters. But I have been watching a lot of my replays, and I've been watching them on my computer, not on YouTube. I'm not trying to give myself views. But I've really been analyzing, just the damage breakdown, and I think she's the weakest link on our team. And who I propose that we switch her out for someday. On my account, it's not going to work. So let's discuss what Pharrell brings to the table. They could have called him Fabril. That would have been funny. But Pharrell. So Pharrell has some pretty solid damage. The spirits are constantly doing damage over time. The actual hit damage is pretty high. 220% is very high. Stuns 3 heroes for up to 3 seconds. And it summons an evil spirit. So we're talking a lot of dot potential. His next move. Really, it's what you want from 181. They have the ability to interrupt their enemies each time they attack them. So that's a possibility that I'm guessing that's like a mini stun or a mini silence. Whatever it is, it's going to prevent them from owning you for a small period of time. And just another spirit. So a lot of spirits. And not to mention these spirits also, I think it's on here somewhere, they also drain energy. Yep, 15 points to the target's energy. It's not much, but if they're interrupting, possibly immobilizing some units, and they're taking away their energy, I mean, that is priceless. Now, I can't do this anytime soon, but if you have a good Pharrell, and you're running the same team I am, I promise you, if you switch out Belinda, I think that team is just going to it's going to be so much more successful. Now, if that wasn't enough, too bad we can't check it here, because we're not mythic. So we need to find somebody. I think I had found somebody earlier. Gotta go to the PvP again. So I will check real quick. Stop it. I think it was down here. One of these. There we go. So not only can he stun the team, can he drain a little bit of their energy and possibly immobilize them, making them, worthless for periods of time. He can lower the attack rating early on by up to 7.5%. And he can reduce... wait a minute. No. Reduce the health recovery by 50%? That can't be right. I guess so. So, he can make healers pretty useless if there are 5 spirits on the battlefield. But even reducing it by, say, 20% and 3% less damage, I mean, that is very helpful. And it can end up being 24% damage reduction and 80% health regeneration. And I'm not sure if that only works with heal over times, if that works with all heals. I'm not sure, but that is crazy. And now the normal attacks will cause more haunts, evil spirits. So you'll have more spirits, more interrupts. I mean, just... yeah, I hope someone gives this a try and lets me know how it goes. It's going to be a very long time before I get to try this. I think unless I have them to at least Legendary Plus, or if I get a full set of Mythic gear for them, that would be awesome. Alright, so let's discuss what we could do for the second account. So here it is, the meta. The team I once saw more than any other team. Some small variations at times. Arden would often take the place of one of these characters in the back. And sometimes even Arden might take the place, one of these might take the place of Brutus if someone didn't have a Brutus. This is a pretty even battle, but they are a full, they do have a huge bonus advantage. They have the 25-25. We are running the 10-10. And it's not looking too good for us. Whew. Well, we got stomped in the ground. Wish we could find that same opponent. So, first off, I have a theory since the patch. Now, one thing to consider, let's see if our Brutus is getting the full amount. Where is it? Right now, he isn't getting the full 8 seconds, which, wow, it's level 221. And if you're... if somehow you complete his signature item, that goes all the way up to 9 seconds. So, I mean, Brutus is Brutus. Very solid tank. So the first thing I'm going to do, first thing we're going to try out on this account, because right now, in my honest opinion, alright, this is much more even, I think. Wow, I think we'll get stomped on this one too, my goodness. So right now, I do believe, obviously this is not fair. This is not fair at all, because one is mythic and one is legendary. But this may be a very controversial. But I think all around, for what he's capable of, I think Lucius is a better tank. I think he's a better tank than Brutus by... I mean, maybe I'm biased, maybe because I've been using him for so long, but I think he's a better tank than Brutus by a significant amount. He's never going to deal the type of damage Brutus can, and there are certain situations where Brutus's survivability is just massively higher. Because no matter what, he's going to be able to last that 8 seconds unless there's certain heroes. Very, very few heroes can just smash that shield. So that's the first change we're making to the meta. The second change we cannot do until we find the Celestial Twins. And I'm planning on switching out Leica for the Celestial Twins. There are some serious pros and cons to that. One of the major cons is that we're going to be running 4 mages. So AFK gear, I mean, if it's not mage gear or, you know, strength gear, we're really out of luck. On the other side, though, when we buy mage gear, you know, 3 different factions will be very helpful for us. It won't just be that we're looking for Chimera, pretty much. And I think that team is going to be better than the old meta, in my opinion. Now, that's something I'm not as sure about. On my main account, I'm like 99% sure that Pharrell is going to be better than Belinda. One more PvP? Let's do one last one. This is what we're going to be running tonight. And I think we'll see. We'll see how everything's going. I got a long work day on Friday, but I would like to do another live stream. So maybe we'll live stream Chapter 16, and we'll record the Peaks of Time. Because I know a few people have been requesting that Peaks of Time. I don't know, what do you think? What do you think? Brutus or Lucius in the long run? And also, you have to consider which one do you get. I mean, if you don't get both of them, then forget about it. But if they are both even level, who would you choose? Now for the early game. So you're going to have to really give me a chance to explain myself on this one. I know it doesn't look good. It doesn't look like Brutus, nor does it look like Lucius. But I promise you, if I ever make a third account, this is the team I'm going to shoot for. And it would be so easy to build. I mean, initially you could switch out Arden. Initially you could switch out, now you have a different tank, DPS. Then you'll probably have a Nomura. It would be so easy to start out with this team. You just get a Chimera as soon as possible. Then you start getting your Trents, start stacking them. It would be very easy. You would only have 2 cards to focus on for a long time. You know, it would be Labyrinth, Chimera, if you have a lot extra, Nomura. Challenger Store. You're always buying Almas, over and over again. You would be able to build them up so quickly. Probably get them to right behind Chimera, because you would be focusing on the faction scrolls only Wilder. There would be no reason to get Graveborn faction scrolls, because you would only want Chimera. Now, as far as his moves goes, gets a pretty good HP recovery. His attack rating goes up, pretty heavy damage. Not the best tank. But if he was getting ranked up much faster than Brutus and Lucius, that could compensate. Now, we are discussing early game. This is not end game. But I think this could take you from beginning to middle to early at the end very quickly. The shield restores 4 lost HP per second and ultimately goes up to 220% worth of the attack rating. Like a small Lucius shield. Not really not really comparable. It only is on 1 target. But helpful nonetheless. It would probably go either on himself or on Chimera. More CC though. Nearby targets entangles enemies, causing 120% to them. Enemies that are entangled cannot use any attacks. So, very useful to have a little more CC on your tank. Probably the best CC out of the 3 tanks, out of Lucius, Brutus, and Lucius. Sorry, I'm trying to start saying his name correctly. I'm not trying to mess up his name. But, I mean, Lucius has a little bit of CC. Knocks him down, lowers their attack a little bit. And this one's pretty awesome. 5% HP per second, ultimately. It's going to take a very long time, so we'll say 4% HP per second. But chances are he's going to be regenerating his health and Chimera's. So if he is crazy tanked out early on, I think it's going to get you some crazy progress. I don't know, maybe I'll have to put my money where my mouth is and start a third account. I don't know. Sometimes I want to, but what kills it for me was that you have to play at 1x speed for a while. Maybe I just need to suck it up and give it a try. I do want to try it. Well, I thank you all for watching. I'm sorry this was a long rambling video. It's just these are a lot of thoughts that I think if they're implemented, they can give some amazing progress. It's going to be all action for the weekend, I promise. Y'all have a great day.